2, 1.
We're live from Spero Clinic for Eric's graduation, and I know you have a little something written now, so
Yep.
you can take the stage.
Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Eric McCordy, and I'm up here today to tell my story, hopefully offer some words of inspiration, and give thanks to everyone who helped me along the way on my journey. So to start off, I'll give y'all a little bit of background. I had surgery on my knee just over 2 years ago from overuse from sports I've played throughout my life. I spent majority of my time playing ice hockey, golfing, hiking, biking, skiing, snowboarding, pretty much anything bad for your knee. I love to do it. It was a complicated surgery, as I was told by my surgery center countless times, and this was the reason why I wasn't healing yet. But I knew all along that something was wrong. After additional x-rays and MRIs, they still couldn't find anything wrong. I was finally diagnosed with CRPS after still being on crutches and in a lot of pain about 8 months after surgery. When I Googled CRPS, I saw incurable and I mentally gave up, thinking that I would have to live with constant pain and not ever get back to the activities that I loved. I tried injections, months of painful physical therapy, hyperbaric chambers, grounding therapies. None of it was working. My mom was nonstop researching things that could help and found all of these things, but after so many of them not working, I was losing hope. She came to me one day and said that she found this place in Arkansas called the Spero Clinic, and she has more faith in this program than anything she has seen before. At this point in my recovery journey, I thought it was a scam, and on top of that, I had to move to Arkansas for treatment. But I knew I couldn't live life like I had been, so I said, sure, let's give it a shot. And it was honestly the best decision we've ever made. I came to Spero using a crutch to walk and was around a 5 to 7 pain level while on my feet. I had a maximum daily walking distance of about 500 feet or so, even with my crutch, before the stabbing in my knee would go from bad to unbearable. I cannot say right now I'm 100% confident that I'm in full remission. It's kind of a little confusing right now what's biomechanical pain and what's CRPS pain, because I had such a large surgery and never got the chance to recover fully all of my muscle atrophy and stuff, but with NMR I've recovered a good bit of it. But I am very close. I am usually at a 0 for most or all of the day. I would say 90+% of the days. I have also gone on several multi-mile hikes. I've gone to Topgolf multiple times and ice skating multiple times in my time here. I've actually already registered to play in an adult hockey league that starts right when I get back home. Our first game is a week from today.
Ice hockey, guys.
I am going to still be continuing treatment at home to perfect some final functional touch-ups, and I'm very confident that any pain that I do get on rare occasion, I can control very easily and quickly on my own with tools and techniques that I've learned here. On top of the crazy amount of physical progress that I've made here, I would say the mental progress I've made here might honestly be even greater. I was a mess before Spero, riddled with anxiety, depression. I contemplated taking my life many times, and I was only holding on because of my family. These are some things I've learned while I've been here. You can only control what you can control, so do not stress about anything else. Stress is the most unhealthy thing for the human body. Healing is not linear. Just like in life, there are bumps in the road. Do not ever give up. Everybody's journey is different. Do not compare yourself to others. You must celebrate the small wins. The power of positive thoughts and words are way stronger than you can ever imagine. What you put into your body is what you get out, and that is not just limited to food. What you see, hear, and experience on a daily basis is just as impactful. You must truly believe without a doubt that what you want to happen will happen in order for it to happen, especially with CRPS. I've learned how to love myself, appreciate my hard work, and treat myself as I would a best friend. I've learned how to operate in chaos. Thank you, NMR. In order to grow, you must suffer. Those who have a why can manage any how. Life isn't over. As long as God wakes you up in the morning, it isn't over. So be grateful and excited for every day you get, no matter the situation, because you never know when things can and will change. I also recently heard about an experiment conducted with fleas where they are placed in a jar. Normally, a flea can jump an impressive 150 times its own body height, which is about 2 feet high. The flea's natural reaction when put in the jar is to immediately jump out. Researchers then tried placing a lid over the jar for a couple of days, and the fleas learned that they can now only jump to the height of the lid before getting knocked down. Then, even after researchers removed the lid after a couple of days, the fleas still were only able to jump as high as the lid previously was. They had lost their ability to jump 2 feet high because of the lid that was placed on the jar for just a couple of days, even though it is no longer there. This experiment stuck with me because I think it can symbolize the journey CRPS patients go through here. I believe that the lid symbolizes CRPS in our experiment, suppressing us and our abilities. However, I believe that the Spero clinic is symbolized in this experiment by the removal of the lid. They give us the opportunity and ability to jump as high as we want again. We just have to realize that the lid has been removed and put in the work to be able to jump again. I'm truly the happiest I've been since my childhood, and I have a completely new perspective on life because of Spero. To start off my thank yous, I first want to say thank you to all the people in the waiting room that I have met here during my journey. Every single one of you has taught me something, and I'm very, very grateful for it, and all of the fun times and laughs. The Spero bond is truly unlike anything you'll find anywhere else. I know that I have made some lifelong friends that I would not have found if it wasn't for CRPS in the Spero clinic. Thank you so much to those who I feel like are now a second family to me since being here. I love you guys. Thank you to all the amazing staff here. Jen, Katie, Grace, Tammy, Joy, Petro, Heather, Shane, Eric, Brooke, Kim, Paxton, Paige, Quincy, Alexis, Amanda, Colleen, Anna, Cam, Tyler, Bailey, Maggie, Tori, Bianca, Jenna, Cassera, Ellie. You all have helped me so much on this journey, and the amount of love, care, and dedication you all have for the patients really shows, and is one of the main reasons for the success of this program. Dr. T, thank you for having such a bright smile and positive attitude every day. Your energy and wealth of knowledge has helped me and other patients so much. Dr. B, thank you for always knowing about every detail and keeping up with each and every patient so well, both medically and our personal interests. I have no idea how you do it, honestly, but it makes us feel like we're not just another number or another patient at a doctor's office. Dr. Lauren, thank you for always adding some sarcasm and humor to any situation. It somehow makes even vagus nerve fun. Even if I do have to listen to your humor while listening to Christmas music, no matter what month it is. Dr. Lucas, or the Wizard, I don't know how you do what you do, but it works. You have such an amazing way of reading people's bodies and knowing exactly what needs to be addressed without them even telling you, or maybe even them knowing. It has solved some major problems in my life. Thank you. Dr. H, thank you for always getting my bones back in the right place, providing me with the best blood work breakdown I've ever received and will ever receive, and for always having the best life advice. Dr. K, thank you so much for putting together such an amazing clinic and staff. There is not another place in the world that has such genuinely friendly and caring employees. Thank you for caring so much about chronic pain and CRPS patients to put in the work that you have to create such an amazing place, and to continue trying to learn, research, and make this place more amazing than it already is. Thank you for giving me those pep talks when I needed them, reminding me that I'm fighting for my life and that I need to give it my all. I've never seen miracles happen as often as I do here. You're a godsend. Misa, thank you for being my NMR therapist that I never actually had. I first got to know you when you came into Annie's room and told me that I sounded like a dying cat and that you better not hear me from your room again. Then in the coming days, you came back into her room and pressed down on a pad to make sure it was on well enough while I was already at 100. pretty sure I cussed at you for that, and no, I don't apologize. However, you took your time a few days over the next weeks to tag team my NMR sessions with Annie when you were able to, and you two were a dynamic duo, to say the least. Those were honestly some of my hardest but most productive NMR sessions I had early on in my time at Spero, and I'm very thankful for that. And then, of course, I got stuck with you for foundations too, where I've gotten my butt kicked even more, but you always found a way to make it fun with your sarcasm and sense of humor. Annie, I'm not sure whether I start with a thank you or an apology. I probably owe you some therapy or hearing aids or something down the line for how difficult I was. But we still managed to have some fun because of your lighthearted personality and understanding of what we're all dealing with. The 2000s hip-hop every morning also helps. But it was honestly so reassuring and hopeful to have someone who went through this program as my NMR therapist. I gotta admit, at times I didn't really fully believe you about that you have a CRPS. But with how I'm feeling now, I do. And you've always been such an inspiration. Thank you so much for putting up with me and pushing me to my limits every single session. You got me off my crutch, my first pain drop in my first time with zero pain, and a ton of other functional improvements, and I can't thank you enough.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Bryce, we only got to hang out for like a month in NMR. I don't know if you couldn't deal with me or what, but I don't really blame you. I can be a lot to deal with in there, I know. But thank you so much for pushing me to physical exhaustion every day to help me get to the point where I wanted to be. Proving to me that I could do exercises that my mind was telling me that I couldn't do, and for thinking outside the box on a lot of issues I was dealing with. Your knowledge and creativity with NMR is amazing, and I really appreciate all that you've done for me. I don't think I'll ever gain as much muscle again in a month as I did. Casey?
Eric, it took a village.
Thank you for getting me across my finish line. My goals when I got to you were to do leg extensions without pain, to run without a limp, and to keep my pain consistently low. I'm pretty sure my limping run was an inside joke at the clinic. It seemed like everyone knew that I ran like a zombie. But you knew exactly what to do, and you were up for the challenge. And we finally did it.
You did it.
All of those goals have now been checked off the list thanks to you. Thank you so much for pushing me to my limits every single session, even when I pushed back. You did not hold back. I'm not exactly sure how you can be such a sweet person and so tough at the same time, but I think that's what makes you a great therapist. You have gotten me to the point where I know that I'm finally ready to go home and get back to normal life. Thank you for being such an encouraging and positive coach, but also giving me the constructive criticism and lectures when I needed them. You're the best, and I truly can't thank you enough. Thank you to my friends and family who have always had my back along my battle with CRPS. I've always had someone to turn to when I was at my lowest, and I'm very grateful for that. My hopes were the lowest than I could have ever imagined them, and you all kept me afloat until I could find help. My pain and struggles were never once doubted, even without full understanding of what exactly was going on, and I appreciate that. Thank you to my brother Ryan, my mom, and my dad. I have the best family anybody could ever ask for. I was mean and distant for a while there when I was in pain and hopeless, and I'm so sorry. But you guys never turned your backs, doubted my pain, or put me down. You kept hope alive inside of me and gave me a reason to keep living, and I wouldn't be here today without you. I love you guys so much. Lastly, thank you, CRPS. I know that sounds crazy, and this sounds crazy, but I wouldn't go back and change this struggle for anything. First off, I wouldn't have met some of the most amazing people and a few lifelong friends without having CRPS. But I also feel like I needed to battle CRPS to learn who I truly am, to prove to myself how strong and capable I am, both physically and mentally. that there is always hope in any situation, and there are people out there that want to help. This journey has given me a whole new perspective, and I am so excited to get back to my life with what I've learned.
Hey, Eric, one question before you ring that bell. You're kind of judgy about Arkansas.
That was actually so much better than I thought. Especially Fayetteville. I got to know the town very well.
Are you ready?
Yeah.